Hi, so tell us who you are and what you do.
Good morning. My name is Gen Kanai, and I'm Director for Business Development at Mozilla. And the area I focus on is Asia. So I joined Mozilla almost 4 years ago now. Initially my work was to help start the Japan office. And from then I was doing marketing and different non-programming related work at the Japan office. I also helped our CEO open the Beijing office in China. And starting in 2009, I'm focusing more on Southeast Asia. So I'm here at BarCamp in KL, and I'm very excited to be here. Very excited to learn more about the internet in Malaysia. And the big question I have, and Mozilla has for Firefox users in Malaysia, is do we think, is there a need for a Firefox in the Malay language?
Okay, it turns out that lots of software tends to be translated into Malay as well. How hard is it to get into translating Mozilla Firefox into Malay, for example?
Well, there's already over 60 official localizations of Firefox developed by volunteers all around the world. And if you count unofficial translations and localizations and language packs, we probably have over 100. So we have everything from small one-person teams to large groups of people who work on localization at Mozilla. So there's many different tools and many different systems. We have mailing lists and IRC chat for developers, so there's a lot of support.
What's the learning curve like, and do you need to be a programmer to start translating the software?
You don't need to be a programmer to translate the software itself. Probably would be nice to have someone who's a little bit handy with software systems to check those translations into our code base. So if you are not necessarily technical, if you are more of a language person, you can work on the translation and work with someone else who's a little bit more technical, who can handle the moving the translations into our system.
And if you were a technical person who is also a translator, do you need to know any particular languages, have any particular tools?
No, we have many different ways of working. So there's different online systems. There's different, you can use anything from Notepad to some more sophisticated online systems like Poodle and others to translate.
So it sounds like the barrier to entry is pretty low then.
There's a little bit of learning to be done. I won't lie, but like I said, there are literally hundreds of people who work on localization at Mozilla worldwide, and they're all very excited to have new languages come into our community, and we would be very excited to have more activity from Malaysia.
What's the status of the current Bahasa Malaysia translations in Firefox or the rest of Mozilla?
We currently have had some volunteers working to make Bahasa Malaysia Firefox translation, and it's about 40% done. So we need a little bit more work done to the application localization itself, and then we also need a little bit of work done to localize some web pages as well.
Okay, so it's not only, the web pages should be fairly easy to localize, the application a little harder. Do you guys also work alongside the Ubuntu people? Because there are lots of open source people in Malaysia that use Ubuntu,
yes.
And they have a translation service where you can just right click on the app and say translate this app.
Our system is not quite as simple as Ubuntu's, but we do have many of our Mozilla localization volunteers who are localizing other open source applications, so OpenOffice, Fedora, Ubuntu. So yes, there's a lot of mixing of our communities.
Okay, so besides localization of Firefox in Malay, what else are you interested in Southeast Asia?
Well, certainly our other applications like Thunderbird and SeaMonkey and etc. But we're also interested to understand more about the internet marketplace in Malaysia. How can we make a better internet experience for Malay users? So localization is obviously one key way of doing that, but maybe there are add-ons or extensions that will make web surfing better for Malaysians. And so these are the things that we want to know more about, or perhaps investigating different partnerships with popular Malaysian websites, etc.
So you probably already know that in Malaysia there is an open source master plan which basically states all government need to actually move to open source software.
Yes.
So are you pleased to note that Firefox will be the browser of choice?
We're honored to be the browser of choice for that Malaysian government master plan, and we're certainly very excited to do anything that we can to help make that happen.
All right, any final words?
Thank you very much for using Firefox and using Mozilla software. If you have the time and the inclination, please come join our community, and let's help make the internet a better place for everyone.
All right, thank you again.
Thank you very much.